I was initially hesitant to make a video about Innocence of Muslims because I really don't think it deserved the spotlight it got. For all the controversy, for all of the riots it sparked, for all of the hatred and anger and hurt feelings that it sparked, I really don't think it was at all justified. But what made me change my mind is the fact that I haven't really done a video on Muslims yet. Most of my arguments can be used to counter any theists' arguments, whether they are Muslim or Christian, etc. But I've yet to really devote a video towards Muslims, so I think this will be a good start. If I hadn't known better, I would have thought this film was a parody of what anti-Islamists have to say. Like, it must be some sort of joke that someone made this and thought that people would actually take it seriously. But apparently, people do take this seriously. So seriously, in fact, that they're sparking violence over it. I guess what's even sadder is that this film wasn't even meant to be an anti-Islamic film. The producer lied to the entire cast and crew who made this film and said that it was supposed to be a historical documentary, but it was in fact meant for a completely different purpose, and the audio itself was dubbed over just so that it could be an anti-Islamic film, and I think that was fairly dishonest and quite sad that people had to partake in this. To the Muslims in my audience, you have my sympathies. I mean, I don't like shallow, baseless criticism any more than you do. When my beliefs get criticized, I would expect that the person making that criticism would at least be respectful enough and honest enough to engage in civil discourse, which this film was obviously not meant to do. So you have my sympathy on that front. What you don't have my sympathy for is being violent about it. I mean, how does this reflect on your image when Muslims all around the world are having violent riots and protests and having people killed because of this film? I mean, how do you think that reflects on what the world thinks of you? And maybe, just maybe, you should consider that if you are so offended by criticism like this towards your beliefs, maybe you shouldn't hold those beliefs in the first place. Maybe you should understand that you're putting your ego first before what you actually believe in. Because if your God was so powerful, if your beliefs are so solid, then they should withstand the test of time. They should withstand any and all forms of criticism without you having to flip shit over it. So while I don't support this film, and while I don't support the message it tries to send, I don't think that trying to silence everyone who doesn't agree with your religion is any better. May the truth always be heard.